The first I heard of reading recovery was from a State Department of Education employee who came by to ask if I was interested in doing a pilot program, and who told me about a program whose results I didn't quite believe. I thought, this is too good to be true, and I recall a fairly pointed set of questions I had with her. She won the day, though, because she produced answers in the form of documented results from all students who participate in reading recovery. And one of the best aspects of that program is there are no exceptions. There's no hiding of some populations. There's no ducking anybody. Every student that is taught in reading recovery has data that's recorded and analyzed annually. And the results from reading recovery speak for themselves. Our students have learned more, and they've sustained longer than with any other program we've ever seen. I would say any program worth doing is going to cost. Reading recovery is a front-loaded cost program, but it's also based in common sense and academic achievement. Reading recovery relies on training for the teacher. It's not just a program for students. And I've often felt that the benefit to the district is huge for the intellectual stimulation and the professional practice discussions that go on in a building that hosts a reading recovery training center. It's professional development on steroids. Well, reading recovery trained professionals start as skilled interventionists, as people who can come to the toughest problems and resolve them. Think of a highly trained medical staff doing the same thing. I think in education, it's one of the first times that education has emulated a medical model, where we've trained people well, have high standards, and then implement those standards day to day, so it becomes the norm, not the exception. I would argue reading recovery is not an expensive program. It's a program with clear costs that produce clear and predictable results. And those are hard to come by in this environment. Reading recovery, however, is a great first step in getting an entire faculty and even an entire community to understand, appreciate, and then enjoy the results of quality literacy instruction. So if you're worried about cost, you see the cost up front and then you get to see the results later. And it feels far better to pay the cost initially and then enjoy the results than it does to avoid the remedies and live with the results of that.